You're back! I've been waiting forever for you two. Judging by the looks on your faces, are you ready to take your Sabzeruz exam and graduate from the festival?
Ask away.
Okay, first off, have you discovered the hidden truth? People in Sumeru think they don't dream, but the truth is the Akasha steals their dreams without them knowing it. And those spaces with no human presence are stolen dreams without their host. That would explain why they sounded so weird when he was trying to describe them.
Oh.
So people in Sumeru do dream after all. In fact, we're all in one big dream together right now. Correct answer. Now, how did you conclude that the Akasha is capable of this? Oh, okay. Those dream-controlling creatures in the forest also get their power from the Dendro Archon, right? That would explain why the Akasha has the ability to control people's dreams, too. But is stealing everyone's dreams really how the Akasha compiles their wisdom? Isn't there anything more to it than that? Dreams are fantastical, complex, and full of imagination. People's brains are the most active when they're dreaming. In other words, dreams are rich bundles of human wisdom. So in other words, the complete opposite of how Hypatia understood it.
Ooh. Yeah, that kind of makes sense.
Paimon remembers her saying that the sages think dreams are foolish delusions, and the fact that no one dreams is a blessing from Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. So it was all a dirty trick? The real story is that the sages from the academia are using the Akasha to steal people's dreams for their own use, huh?
Yeah. I mean, there's no signs of stopping it right now. So what's gonna happen to our real bodies? Do we just decay? Or will they eventually let us break out of this system? And what I'm curious to know is this like a natural pandemic at this rate? Like, okay, we're in the dream, but what about our real bodies? What about us in the real world? What's happening? Like, are we all just unconscious and asleep? Like, if an outsider from Liyue, for example, saw our current state, will they see us at all? Is Sumeru even real?
Oh? By the sounds of it, you understand the current situation pretty well. So then, what about the Samsara? The Akasha is keeping each person's brain in a constant dream state, but also separating their consciousness from their own dream. Their disembodied consciousness is placed inside the collective dream of the Sabzeruz festival along with everyone else's, while their now vacant dreams are harvested by the Akasha.
Oh.
No one is any the wiser as another day passes in the dream, and so begins another Samsara cycle. People wake up to yet another dream about the Sabzeruz festival. The dreams that belong to them are once again harvested by the Akasha, and so it continues.
That sounds so ominous, but the question is why? What would the motivation be instead of trying to make a hive mind for the people? There has to be like a bigger reason to why, first of all, the Sabzeruz festival altogether, or besides just trying to connect Sumeru into like one massive brain. There has to be another motive to this.
So, this is like a dream factory, and the Akasha is a dream harvesting machine.
Yeah.
Did Paimon get that analogy right?
Basically, yeah.
Very good, Paimon. Using analogies well is an excellent habit to get into. Okay, so that beep we keep hearing is actually from our real-life Akasha terminals. Taking off our terminals in this dream doesn't do anything. Alright, last question. Who am I? So you noticed.
You are Lesser Lord Kusanali.
I thought that one would be the hardest question. That's why I put it last. That wasn't hard at all. Even Paimon guessed that. Everything about you is different. We just didn't want to expose you is all. Now that you mention it, Nahida, you've been hinting to us since the very beginning. It's funny, thinking back to when we were asking all over the place for info about Lesser Lord Kusanali. Paimon didn't expect to meet you like this.
I have a lot of questions for you, but this doesn't seem like a good time since we do have someone that's dying in the background.
Yes, those can wait until we're back in real life. On the other hand, I'd be happy to answer any more questions you have about here and now.
Ooh. Why can't you simply tell us the truth?
You asked me this question before. My answer was, it would literally blow your minds. Now that you know this is all a dream, this answer should hopefully make more sense. Have you heard the saying, don't wake a sleepwalker? Likewise, if someone suddenly had told you all this instead of you learning it on your own, your notion of reality and dream would be thrown into irreversible confusion. I couldn't expose you to that kind of risk.
That's basically like Inception. Yeah. Okay. As someone that lucid dreams a lot, I really like this. Because at some point, reality starts becoming muddled with your dreams. Especially if you lucid dream. Sometimes you wake up from a dream thinking that you're not in a dream anymore. And what happens is that dream is actually just a facet of like a mimicry of reality. So your brain tricks itself to thinking you're in the real world. That's happened to me multiple times, so yeah, I can understand why you're really against that.
That's why I could only give you very subtle hints and some suggestions. Long story short, I'm really sorry I had to keep you guessing.
Hey, that's okay. No worries. I mean, if you told me that this was all a dream, I'd probably cry. How did the sages manage to keep people from noticing this?
Firstly, this dream we're in is completely based on reality. People have already experienced this Sabzeruz festival, so it would be very difficult for them to find anything that strikes them as surreal. Secondly, you're probably wondering why people don't have any memories from earlier Samsara, right? That's because people don't remember their dreams most of the time anyway. And in any case, their actual dreams are being taken away from them by the Akasha. So whenever they wake up in this dream of the Sabzeruz festival, they don't remember anything from their previous identical dream. That reminds Paimon. Traveler had a dream when we were in the Avidia forest, but couldn't see what it was about after waking up. Is that an example of what you mean? Yes. Only after receiving the blessing of Dendro can a person gain the Dendro element's dream-enhancing power. That explains the feelings of déjà vu. Meanwhile, everyone else has no idea that they are in the Sabzeruz Festival Samsara, while their dreams are stolen from them over and over again.
Oh, okay, makes sense. About the side effects of a mass-producing dream.
Can humans really keep dreaming forever like this? Will it ever end? And if so, when? You might say your mental fatigue has already answered this question. Eventually, there's only so much that people can tolerate. Especially those whose health is compromised to begin with, like Dunyarzad. This relentless exploitation takes an even harder toll on them. People's lives are at stake here, and nobody knows a thing! We've got to put a stop to this!
We're all essentially trapped in Sumeru. Why is the dream about the Sabzeruz festival?
I know, right? Why did they have to base this dream on my birthday? Could it really just be a coincidence? Even you don't know the reason? Wow. Now that's strange.
She's like,
the Academia sages are determined to harvest lots of dreams in a short time, no matter the cost. They have to be up to no good. Unfortunately, I don't know anything about it. Traveler, do you have any information? Celebrate the birth of that god? Could it mean...
Why can't you simply tell us the truth? How could... I don't have any more questions.
Deceiving the people of Sumeru with no regard for their safety. No matter what they're trying to do, this is unforgivable. After we end the Sabzeruz Festival Samsara, we have to look into them. How can the sages of the Academia do this behind their Archon's back? This is ridiculous! In the end, I'm just the moon. The real sun is long gone. A sun and a moon? Nahida's talking in riddles again.
Oh,
Oh, we're out of time today. I'll tell you how to break free of the Samsara tomorrow. See you then.
goodbye, Nahida. Oh, that sound of the quest, like, oh.
Good morning, Nahida. Wait. Now that Paimon remembers everything, should we instead say good morning, Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Oh, that's so sweet.
Hey, what's wrong, Nahida? You don't look too good.
Where's... Yeah, wait. Where is Dunyarzad?
I'm afraid that what you're thinking right now is correct. Did Dunyarzad already disappear? No way. Are we too late? The real Dunyarzad's consciousness has indeed disappeared. It can no longer endure the constant dream harvesting. Paimon can't believe it. Wait, so what about that other Dunyarzad? Just what is she? Is she also going to disappear? She's actually something like a puppet, but not completely.
Does that mean that she's just in a constant state? At this point, like the dream Dunyarzad is just going to be here, right?
The real Dunyarzad's consciousness could no longer keep playing her role in this dream.
Oh, so she's just gonna be a fill-in.
So another Dunyarzad appeared to replace her in the dream. Just like the grass and the trees, that Dunyarzad is just a building block of the dream that helps to keep it going.
Oh, that's disgusting. Oh, that's so gross.
But personality-wise, she's nothing like the real Dunyarzad.
She's a culmination of Dunyarzad's subconsciousness. Given the amount of information that the sages already have on her, or at least this dreamscape, I wouldn't doubt that they'll be able to fashion something that's relatively close to home, personality-wise as well.
Puppets are stiff, and can't copy a living person's vitality. After all, they're just there as filler.
Oh my...
You know, speaking of which, the old Dunyarzad might not have been too different from a puppet. Dunyarzad truly believed that she met you within her consciousness, and it was you who inspired her. So you do remember her after all. Yes. Back then, her family was overly protective of her. No one cared about her personality or thoughts. It was as if she only lived to stall her Elazar. I just gave her a little wisdom so she could look at life in a new way. So that she could be her own person. But even so, she still...
It still meant a lot to her.
Far from it. I'm still a long way off from being a real Archon. I couldn't even save her. If I were a competent Archon, I wouldn't have let my most faithful follower die at the Sabzeruz festival with so many regrets. Please don't beat yourself up over it, Nahida. It's the sage's fault, and theirs alone. I'm not beating myself up. All I did was to rationally observe the distance between myself and a real Archon. Don't be like that, Nahida. Even real Archons are still allowed to be sad.
Aww.
To prevent more tragedies like this, we must end the Samsara as soon as possible. Great, but how do we do that? Although the Sabzeruz festival dream is under the Akasha's control, only humans can dream. Even the Akasha is unable to create them. That means this dream belongs to a host who created it.
The Grand Sage?
Huh? So, how should we find that person? Well, if this is someone's dream, then everything here must come from deep within their consciousness. Which means, with the power of imagination, they can change anything in this dream.
That sounds so powerful.
What do you mean by that? Imagination means breaking through what you perceive as normal. Like when the server at a tavern brings a plate to you, you'd naturally assume that food is on it. However, if you're the dream's host and you become aware that you're dreaming, when you imagine gold and more on the plate, the dream will respond in kind, and the server really will bring you gold and mora. But right now, our host is unaware that this is a dream. No matter how many times they're served, it will always be food.
So we find the host and then what, beat him up?
Find some way to make that person realize that they're dreaming. Usually, once that happens, the person will wake up and the dream samsara will be broken. How are we going to find them, though? If it could be anyone, it'd be like looking for a needle in a haystack.
Worse, come horribly worse, is if they already knew they were dreaming, and they are actively lucid dreaming. That is the worst possible case scenario.
And even if we did find them, how are we supposed to make them realize they're dreaming?
Inception style, you know? Inception style.
After all, like you said, don't wake a sleepwalker. It's extremely difficult, yes. But the only ones who can do it are you two. Remember, everything you've achieved up to this point has all been for the sake of finding the host and ending the samsara. As for me, during this time, I'll be out of town. Out of town? Are you going to that place full of dreams where the traveler went?
Oh. Huh. Wait.
Yes. I want to try something. There must still be a small wisp of possibility. Hurry and go. Dreams are supposed to be fantastical, romantic, and full of pleasant surprises. Unnecessary things like this samsara need to end. Paimon's still a little upset that we've come this far only for Dunyarzad to... She was such a good person, with such a simple wish. But fate was against her.
I just feel so demoralized.
Yeah. Saving Dunyarzad is what kept us going this whole time. But we mustn't lose hope, Traveler. Dunyarzad would definitely want to see us save everyone else. So let's break the samsara for her sake. Paimon's wondering, do you think the sages would get one of their own to be the host of this stream? Feels like it would be easier to control it that way, no?
Unlikely? Huh. Strange. How come? How come you think it's not one of them? Knowing the plan, they'd probably be aware that they were dreaming. An unsuspecting host would be less likely to read. Ah. So, it could literally be anyone.
Huh. That's true. Plus, the sages probably weren't counting on there being other factors beyond their control, like Nahida and us. So, who do you think the host of the dream is?
Maybe Faris, the Knight of Flowers? The one in the strange getup? That's a really... no offense, but like, that's a really weird... like, connection. I would have never guessed this in a million years, and Faris would have never given me any hints to know that. You know what I mean? What is your reasoning to subtly just streamline it into this?
Oh, that would make sense! Faris, the Knight of Flowers, is a symbol of the whole Sabzeruz festival, right? Pretty core character.
I really hoped he's not the host.
Let's go ask him some questions, shall we?
It would be so fascinating if it was Nilu. Huh. A part of me doesn't want it to be Faris. It's because of, like, I don't know, the significance of that. I hope that it's Nilu. It would be cool if it was Nilu.
You're back. You left in a hurry last time. Is everything okay?
Everything's fine, just... it's a little hard to explain. Would you mind taking part in a little experiment with us?
That's also what they asked in the Inception movie.
An experiment? That came out of nowhere. I'm listening, though. What do you need me to do?
Could you... make a wish?
Imagine your wish coming true before your very eyes.
You want me to make a wish? Is that a new Sabzeruz festival tradition or something?
Less questions, more wishing!
Okay. Okay. My wish. My wish. Okay. I'm a little nervous saying this out loud, but I want Miss Dunyarzad to be happy.
Oh, that's cute.
Oh.
Oh.
I noticed earlier that she looked a bit down, and she wasn't really talking to anyone.
Oh.
She just doesn't seem like herself. She's always so gentle and kind, and all the kids love her. I've also wondered if the reason she asked me to be Fairest Knight of Flowers is because I'm special to her, or something.
Do you like Miss Dunyarzad?
So, you have a crush on Dunyarzad?
Oh, the way she asks that. Oh, the way she asks that. Oh, no.
Oh, is it that obvious? After what I just said, I guess it is.
Oh, no.
When she placed the hat of the Knight of Flowers onto my head, she said to me, I want everyone to have a happy Sabzeruz festival.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no.
What she didn't realize was that I'm not that interested in how everyone else feels. In that moment, I just wanted to be her Knight of Flowers for the rest of my life. 50 years, 100 years, I'll serve her till the end of time.
Oh, no, no, no.
Okay, yeah, that was a bit much. Felt like the right moment to get it off my chest, but that was pretty embarrassing. Okay, I'm ready to make my wish. I would like Miss Dunyarzad to appear in front of me right now with a smile on her face. Here goes.
Oh.
Please come true.
Please come true.
I'm gonna open my eyes. Oh, you're
What?
Oh.
Fucky? Sorry, but only one portion of Yalda candies per person. Back home you go.
Oh, he's not the host of the stream.
Nice try, you two. Anyway, never mind. I don't need to see her appear right in front of me. As long as she's happy.
As long as she's happy.
Guess he isn't the host of this stream after all. Should have expected it wouldn't be this easy.
Oh, I wonder who the host is. I actually genuinely wonder.
It seems like everyone who knows Dunyarzad loves her, but none of them has any idea that she...
Dia
My lady,
knows.
step back.
That sounds like Dia! Oh, right. This is when Dunyarzad bumps into the kidnappers.
I'll teach them a lesson they won't forget.
Huh? But Dia can handle them. Hey, Traveler!
Oh, it's finally time we beat them up. After like the 100th iteration.
Boring! Oh, it's you. Great timing. Please take...
Leave these guys to me.
Hey, this is my job. The homie Yannis pay me, not you.
Leave. You're wasting your breath.
You... fine, alright. Knock yourself out. Why are you so worked up anyway? It's not like I don't trust your fighting skills. Anyway, watch yourself.
Goodbye, Dia.
So you got yourself some backup. Suit yourself. You're going down.
Ugh, please.
Traveler, were you just taking your anger out on those guys?
I'm fine. I'm fine, Paimon. Just don't worry about it. I'm fine.
You and Nahida both. Dunyarzad wouldn't want to see you two like this. Oh, and speaking of her, Paimon just remembered something. Remember how during the first Sabzeruz festival, before the Samsara started, we came here with Dunyarzad because she wanted to pick something up? She said it was because she had forgotten something.
Ah, yes. I'd forgotten all about that.
Okay, so Paimon's memory is working so far. Anyway, Paimon also remembers that she is staying somewhere around here. She pointed it out to us the night before the Sabzeruz festival.
Maybe it'll give him some clues.
Yeah, even if it's only a tiny clue, it'll probably still help us more than this needle in a haystack search.
Hopefully. You know, hopefully.
This is the place. It's rude to enter other people's spaces without permission, but desperate times call for desperate measures. Hey, the windows are unlocked. Okay, Paimon's gonna take a peek inside.
Goodbye, Paimon. Paimon enters carrying something, like a book?
This was only a temporary residence, so there was pretty much nothing inside except this book on the table.
Oh, it was a book.
Should we open it?
Yeah. There was this one time where I had a wee bit too much to drink and I couldn't find my way home to save my life. Then when I turned the corner, I could have sworn I saw Lesser Lord Kusanali. She was very tall and had the most muscular arms, and she caught me when I slipped and fell. The next morning, I found myself sleeping under a tree. I reckon that must have been her looking out for me. Not pretty sure this was valiant preference. This was probably just a tree, right? Damn. I like the one with the muscular arms.
Wow. Dunyarzad wrote all of this. Sounds like she was always thinking of us even while we were away. Even though she was also busy preparing for the Sabzeruz festival and had all her health problems to worry about. She must have wanted to give this to us as a gift on the day of the Sabzeruz festival, right?
Yeah.
If we hadn't found this book, we never would have known. But now that we know, we can't even thank her. Hey! Where are you off to now? It's Dunyarzad's puppet.
I'll feel better if I say this out loud. Thank you.
Traveler? You must be exhausted. Come to think of it, we've been stuck in this place for a really, really long time. Heck, even the last time we were chatting happily with Dunyarzad feels like an eternity ago. Paimon still remembers when we were sitting here, and the way her eyes sparkled when she talked about Nilu's dance of Sabzeruz.
There will always be frustrations in life, but I know that the point of living is not to leave behind any regrets.
That was what the real Dunyarzad said, wasn't it? Does that mean...
Yes, Traveler. What is it?
Oh.
Oh, so she's still just a puppet. But just now, how come... What? Where are we going this time?
To the Sabzeruz festival.
If you continue to resist, we will have to order an investigation into every single event organizer.
Oh. It's because... Was it because all iterations of this, they didn't do anything?
The Grand Sage has already granted you much leniency. I advise that you exercise tact.
How did things turn out like this? Traveler?
You don't have to get involved. He's a sage from the academia. I don't want to drag you into this.
Oh, it's because every iteration we just tell Dunyarzad not to get involved in this.
Traveler.
Hello, Sage.
Traveler, what the heck are you doing? If you get arrested by the academia, that's another day gone to waste.
Won't be my first time. He knows us. He knows us. You know who we are. Hello.
Wait, they're not reacting. Have they been scared stiff?
Just like I thought. They're not real.
Oh, of course! If this is the sage's plan, they wouldn't put themselves through this. So they're just substitutes. What is this? What happened to the Grand Sage and his entourage?
What's up with those flowers? What is up with those flowers?
Like I said, they symbolize the goddess of flowers. It's just a shame that all the real Padisaras went extinct after her death.
Yes. The Greater Lord brought forth new Padisaras in memory of the goddess of flowers. But she ultimately could never truly replicate that beautiful shade of purple.
Her voice is so dead inside. So, yeah, is this Nilu's dream?
That beautiful shade of purple. Aren't these flowers real Padisaras? Just like the ones from the legend? I didn't even notice. Dunyarzad, did you find these? But didn't you just say all the real flowers went extinct after the goddess of flowers passed away? So, how? Yeah. What's going on here?
It is her dream.
Huh?
Imagine that the Green Sage and his entourage are not here in front of you.
You guys are acting weird. But okay, I'll try. Hey!
God.
They disappeared! So Nilu's the host! What a surprise! Purple Padisaras don't exist in the real world anymore. But in Nilu's subconscious, they can appear as decorations on the stage. It's just like the example Nahida told us. People assumed there will be food on a plate, and Nilu assumed there would be real Padisaras in the flower pots. So when you saw the flowers, you instantly knew it was Nilu?
Oh.
But if we want to end the Samsara, we need the host to become aware that they're dreaming.
Wake up,
How should we make Nilu realize that?
Inception style.
Am I dreaming? Huh?
How did you come up with that conclusion?
So I'm right. Is this Lesser Lord Kusanali responding to our celebration of the Sabzeruz festival?
Sure. This dream is done by the Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Wrong guess, but you aren't completely wrong either. The point is, what made you think this is a dream?
Don't worry. This is just Lord Kusanali's way of showing the people that she is the god of dreams. Just stay calm.
As far as you know, people in Sumeru don't dream, right? Yeah, but have you heard the tale of the first sage? To prevent a calamity, he went on a journey to find the Archon. Ooh, sounds familiar. Dunyarzad told us a story like that when we first arrived in Sumeru City. So it was about the first sage, huh? Yep, but in the part you heard, he hadn't become the first sage yet. There's more to the story. His piety and wisdom were acknowledged by the Archon, and she finally gave her blessing to him. All kinds of spectacular scenes appeared in front of the first sage, as if all the knowledge in the world was being painted onto a canvas right before him. He was captivated.
Ah, fascinating.
After who knows how long, he mastered all the knowledge he could comprehend. Afterward, he said to the Archon, "I miss my parents, my wife, and my children. I've been away from home for far too long. They must be worried. The Dendro Archon smiled. The next second, the sage found himself lying in his bed, as if he had just woken up from a dream. His wife lying next to him said, "You're off to search for the Dendro Archon today, aren't you? Have a safe journey, my love." In the end, the first sage took care of many disasters in Sumeru City and founded the Academia. What a happy ending.
Unfortunately, that same academia has now put everyone in a stasis.
So, the first sage was dreaming ever since the beginning of the story? He never went on his journey?
Oh my god.
Yes. But his faith and determination were conveyed to the Dendro Archon, so she blessed him in the form of a dream.
What if this is foreshadowing of the traveler's journey being all a dream? Because you're here to search for your sister. No, let's not think about it like that.
Paimon understands where you're coming from now. That's a really interesting connection. But we really gotta wake up soon, like the sage in the story.
This dream should be over soon.
I see. Well, it just so happens that today's Sabzeruz festival is almost over too.
Oh.
Since we're in a dream, let's make this final dance of Sabzeruz as beautiful as we can.
Please dance your heart out.
The wait is over, everyone. I dedicate this to our god, the dance of Sabzeruz.
I'd be lying if I said I had no regrets. I would have loved to see Nilou's dance.
That was beautiful.
Oh, good morning, traveler. Oh, Paimon feels like she's been asleep for the longest time.
Good morning, Paimon.
Paimon's head feels super heavy. Did we oversleep? Do you even remember going to sleep last night? Paimon thinks it was after the Sabzeruz festival. The Sabzeruz festival! Have we finally escaped from the Sabzeruz Samsara?
I remember now.
Quick! Take off your Akasha terminal!
Let's go see Dunir Zod.
She's not in her room. What happened?
Let's go to the usual spot.
Huh? What usual spot?
Is she alive? Her consciousness is gone, but is she alive? She's alive! Catherine?
Well done, Traveler and
What
Paimon.
the fuck? Whoa.
And thank you, Dunyarzad, for organizing the Sabzeruz festival for me.
What the almighty fuck?
I'm sorry, who are...
No. I'll be confused too.
Dunyarzad! You're okay!
Oh shit, she lives.
Scare us like that!
She lives.
Oh, Traveler Paimon. I have something amazing to tell you. I just had a dream. And I saw Nilou performing the dance of Sabzeruz.
Oh, she's alive. Who are you? Nahida? Hello?
You're actually Nahida, aren't you? Paimon felt like Catherine was acting weird when we met at the Sabzeruz festival. And Dunyarzad, did you save her?
Hello, Catherine.
It's a really long story. We shouldn't disturb her. Her consciousness is still weakened.
What did you do?
Let's chat somewhere else. How about by the Traveler's favorite bench?
The Adventurers Guild just like, where's Catherine? Oh. I wonder if we're the only ones that could hear her voice like that. Huh. Yes, hello. I am Catherine. No, my god. Dunyarzad's alive. Dunyarzad's alive. And... all's well that ends questionably. Let's go with that. Oh my god.
Let's talk about Dunyarzad first. It's such a relief that she's alright. After we parted on the last day of the Sabzeruz festival, I left the city and saw what the Traveler had described.
The cognitive dissonance is hitting me really
Among
hard.
the countless dreams, I found one that was growing fainter and fainter. This proved my suspicion.
Uh-huh.
Once Dunyarzad could no longer bear the Akasha harvesting her dreams, her consciousness began to dissipate. But this also meant it escaped the Akasha's control.
Oh.
Such a small fragment of consciousness can't last for very long, though. It will return to its original dream, where both will gradually fade until they completely disappear.
So, she's still gonna...
I used all the power I had to keep her dying dream alive as long as possible. But it still wouldn't have lasted for much longer if it hadn't been for you two breaking the Samsara.
So it worked. She's
So
still
it
alive.
looks like we did manage to save Dunyarzad in the end. And not a moment too soon.
It's truly a miracle.
Huh? Why are you two smiling so happily? I thought you'd be so moved that you'd start crying. I need to spend more time observing human emotions.
No worries,
Both are
Nahida.
fine. Everyone reacts differently.
Exactly. Alright,
Alright,
Nahida.
you two must have a lot of other questions for me, right? After all, you saved my faithful believer. As your reward, I will answer any and all questions.
Okay, let's start with the big elephant. Why do you look like Catherine?
To be accurate, I'm using the Akasha as a medium to occupy Catherine's consciousness. How did you do that? Poor Catherine. Does this mean you can also occupy other people's consciousnesses?
Uh-oh.
Theoretically, I can enter anyone's mind as long as they're wearing their Akasha terminal.
Theoretically.
The Akasha is the legacy of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. As Lesser Lord Kusanali and the first Akasha terminal, my consciousness has always been linked to the Akasha.
I see, so she
I've
doesn't have a
always
corporeal
respected my
body.
people's free will, so I've never actually occupied their consciousness. When necessary, I just borrow this bionic Snezhnayan puppet.
We have confirmation!
Oh, hold on. Did we just learn some deep, dark secret? So Catherine is... No wonder Paimon felt something was off about her.
Woo! Bionics na giant puppet. Boom, marionette.
What about your own body? Why do you need to borrow other people's? Don't you live in the sanctuary of Surasthana?
You're right. Where is her corporeal body?
That story begins a long time ago. After Greater Lord Rukkhadevata disappeared, the sages found my newly born self and took me back to Sumeru. At that time, I was young and weak. The sages kept me in the sanctuary of Surasthana, ostensibly for the sake of protecting me. But I've hardly heard from them since.
They just locked you in.
However, I do understand that they had hoped to find Greater Lord Rukkhadevata instead of me, a symbol of her passing.
Oh.
So, the sages basically put their new Archon under house arrest? How dare they! Why don't you teach them a lesson, Nahida?
Yeah.
In some ways, they aren't wrong. Greater Lord Rukkhadevata was omniscient and omnipotent. Even after her death, the Akasha is still empowering this nation. And I'm still really far away from being able to call myself the God of Wisdom. Moreover, the Academia is also more proficient at governing this country. My existence has little meaning.
To me, you're an excellent Archon, Nahida.
Yeah, you got a lot of believers. Just look at the Sabzeruz festival. Everyone who showed up truly loves you. Thank you for the kind words. But I honestly don't need physical freedom as long as I can connect my consciousness to the Akasha.
Okay,
Trying
gotcha.
to find a way to save Irminsul is my life's mission and top priority. I will work on that, and try to live up to being a deity in the meantime.
Oh no.
Every once in a while, I will also take up the duties of the God of Wisdom and enlighten a lost soul here and there. Doing all that should be enough.
So, yeah. This connects with what we saw in the trailer. Ooh. This isn't it. There's more. There's more.
You mean how the Akasha stops you from having dreams?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's been such a long time. No one's noticed something's up? It's not that no one noticed. It's more like no one cared. Ultimately, it's all rooted in the sage's misdirection.
That is true.
Misdirection?
Yeah, think about it. They've been saying that it's a good thing.
The sages convinced everyone to believe that being unable to dream is a sign of rationality and wisdom. Not dreaming is a badge of honor in Sumeru.
Yeah.
Even if the truth is that their dreams are being reaped by the Akasha. With their propaganda in place, the sages can maximize their use of the Akasha to facilitate their research. Besides, Greater Lord Rukkhadevata must have created the Akasha in the hopes that it could be used to its full potential. That's why I've never come out strongly against this.
Oh.
Anyway, the perspective advocated by the sages drowned out any voices of doubt.
Oh.
By now, even those who never use Akasha terminals find it too shameful and embarrassing to talk about their dreams.
Huh. So... yeah. When your government is the one that's controlling the means of mental production, there's just no other reason to believe otherwise.
There's never been any big problems with the Academia's governance of Sumeru. This is the first time I've seen them step out of line.
This all just connects back into the Fatui.
I wonder what caused them to go down this path, and what they hope to achieve. Even though the city's residents haven't noticed anything strange, if the Traveler hadn't broken the Sabzeruz Samsara, the situation could have become dire. I tried to do some investigating in the Akasha, but I couldn't find anything suspicious. And all the people of interest seem to purposely avoid wearing their Akasha terminals. I think they're deliberately trying to hide something. Oh, that reminds Paimon. In Gandharvaville, there was a sage who had invited Tainari to join some kind of project. Could it be related? Regardless,
right?
I need to first investigate the sage's motives, make things right, and punish them if needed. But I'll have to be discreet, or they'll see me coming.
I don't have any questions because I don't think anything big has happened. But I'm sure they're bound to notice, right? That the Samsara's been broken, that Nilo's already snapped herself out of the wheel. And then we connect that to the trailer with Dottore. And I don't know, possibly the man, the myth, the midget. Scarahubeg. Huh. I can see it connecting with Dottore, but I wonder what he promised the sages to do this to Sumeru. Huh.
Got it. I hope my answers were satisfactory, seekers of knowledge.
Thanks.
To be honest, maintaining Dunyarzad's fading dream took a lot of mental energy. I think I may need to rest for a while.
No worries. No worries.
And you don't need to worry too much about the sage's activities for now. The Akasha won't be able to conduct another project on the scale of the Sabzeruz Samsara in the immediate future.
Let's
Go
hope
and get
you're
some
right.
sleep. Leave everything to us. What a relief. This is truly the most exhausting birthday I've ever had.
Get some rest, Kusina.
Traveler? Paimon? Why am I here? Do either of you know?
Hello, it's the Giant Bionic Puppet. Tell a message to the Fatui that I'll be coming for their necks.
Maybe you were sleepwalking. You know you can't wake up a sleepwalker. We happened to walk by, so we thought we'd wait for you to wake up.
I see. Huh. I should visit my maintenance personnel sometime. Oh, I'm fine. I better go. Thank you.
Goodbye, Giant Bionic Puppet. We're just gonna gloss over that, right? We're just gonna horribly gloss over that. Right? And that's it! That's the Sumeru Archon quest, ladies and gentlemen, tweedledees and tweedledums. But yes, thank you all so much for watching, and yeah. I'll give my own, my very detailed thoughts, but just
The
TLDR.
damned will sooner die again than
Okay.
lay a hand on me.
But TLDUW, I really enjoyed it. Yeah, I honestly think that this is a really great departure from their usual. I'm happy that they took the criticism from the Inazuma Archon quest of everything being too fast or them wasting time in the first part, and then decided that, you know what, they're gonna make this right. And they actually took their time with the Sumeru Archon quest part 1 and 2, and they didn't necessarily waste a lot of time with just pointless filler. And honestly, I think that's great. I think that the Sabzeruz festival, I can see people arguing that yes, it may be kind of filler that we had to go through the entire festival, quote unquote. But I think the way that they executed part 2 was just so nice. And yeah, I'm really, really excited for this, because usually this would be it. This would just be the Archon
Reduced
quest,
to
and
just
that's
standing around.
it. Shao,
How
please.
absurd.
So yeah, I'm gonna break down my own personal thoughts on this, but I genuinely think this is a really great step up from Inazuma, Inazuma's way of storytelling, and this makes me really optimistic. But yes, I'm gonna play the Aranara World Quest probably in a stream, but that just depends, because I've been hearing that Aranara is really, really long, and I really want to do a video though on that, because I absolutely love dreams. As a lucid dreamer myself, this story quest hits really close to home. So yeah, I will be doing a bunch of videos that are Sumeru themed, and I will see you all next time. Anyway, my name is Aster, and thank you for chilling with me. Bye bye.